This conference will now be recorded.
Today we are looking at piecewise functions, and they are kind of hard to do by hand, and I think they're a little trickier to do using technology. So because what you're doing is splitting your picture up into two separate pieces, you have to think about that first one is where x is less than or equal to -3. I'm going to need to start at -3 and go to the left of that. And so I want it to stop at -3. So in order to do that, I need to choose the ray function so that I have an ending point. Okay, and since it's including the -3, I can leave it alone as it is. So figuring out that first point, I plug in the -3. -3 plus 5 is going to give me a +2. So I'm at -3 and +2. From there, I look at my slope. The x has no number in front of it, so that slope is a 1. Normally, I would like to go up 1 and to the right 1, but since I have to go to the left, I need to go down 1 and left 1 in order to keep it a positive slope. So down 1 and left 1 puts me here. Oh my goodness, there we are. I can check those values and make sure they're right. So I want it to be at -3 and +2. And then I also wanted to be at -4 and 1. So that looks great. And I'm going to leave that as a closed circle. And so now I have to do that same process again for the right-hand side of this graph, again, starting at -3, but this time I'm going to have to change that to an open circle, which when I do it, it'll just be clicking that button right there. So plugging in a -3 here is going to give me, this term is going to be -1/2 minus 5, actually leaves me at -6.5. So when I start this process again with the ray, I go to the -3 again, and I go down to the 6.5. And that puts me about right here, which it obviously doesn't like that, which is absolutely fine. So what I need to do is put my next point. My next point is going to be up 1 and over 2. Okay, great. The problem is they're both wrong, right? So I click into that ray, and I knew I wanted -3, and I also wanted -6.5. That needs to be an open circle. 6.5, there we are. And then I'm going to go right. I need to go up 1 from there. That's -5.5, and to the right 2. That does put me at -1. So now those two are correct. I have all the pieces that I need. I hope that helps.